because if I don't do it now, I'll forget them. About the Nordic Forum and the work of the Nordic Forum. Here. You say, what's the outcome? And I think that's a really good question. Here we have the third meeting, and the idea is that we come up with different, first of all, we have already done that to a large extent. We have mapped and identified some of the challenges. We have found that many of these challenges are the same. And they will go into the report for the Nordic Forum. But what also will go in is our suggestions for things to do to address these challenges. And then it's up to the Council of Ministers which of these ideas they will work on and maybe explore. But in the meantime, we also have some experiments going, and one of them has been the video experiment. Another one could be the summer lab, which what I hear is that there's quite a big interest in that. Another thing going on is some of the research mappings we have made, and now I'll go into my own presentation for an hour working group D. We also discussed some concrete initiatives of some knowledge, some mapping that we need. So there's twofold. There's the big initiatives that will go into the report for the Nordic Council, and there are the experiments that we can do within the framework of the Nordic Lighthouse Project, which will expire in the end of 2017. But we might still do some experiments that they might choose to keep on doing in the Nordic Council of Ministers. For example, if the summer school is a success, they might choose to keep on financing it. Within the budget of the Nordic Lighthouse Project, we can make one summer school, and then if it is a success, they might choose to keep on doing that. So that's kind of the idea. We experiment with the little money we have. What seems like a good idea, we suggest it, maybe we experiment with it, and maybe we just suggest it. So that's kind of where we are. About the workshop D, we discussed how to share data across the Nordic region and whether it was relevant to do a Nordic database. Is that something that we need? Is it something that our teachers would benefit from? And what we got at was that we're not so much looking at a database as such. Either we're looking at something like the toolkit, or we might look at something more like a practitioner database that is for the teachers. So something where you either a site where you address the teachers, and that could be through media like video, for example, but knowledge for teachers, or maybe something more like the toolkit, maybe integrated in the toolkit that more has focus on school leaders and municipalities, decision makers. So there's some different options, but in order to move on with this, we found out that we need to have a mapping before the next meeting, and that mapping will be to find out what is the key priorities in our different Nordic nations, because we think that they might be quite similar. Like, what are the top priorities in the different education systems? I'm pretty sure that social mobility will be a priority in all the Nordic countries. But we're going to make a short mapping of what are the key priorities. So that mapping is going to tell us about what subject should a database or a portal focus on, what would be relevant, because it should be a database that focuses on everything within education. And another thing we decided was to make also a short mapping, or not a mapping, more of a survey of Nordic teachers, where we try to figure out, okay, what knowledge are you actually looking for? What is it that you need? What kind of research knowledge do you need, first? And second, what format would you like it to be presented in? So these are some of the things we're going to deliver till the next meeting, so we can be one step further in terms of what would we like to do in terms of sharing knowledge across the Nordic countries. So yeah, that was